My coworker cornered me in a stairwell, and I still don't know how I kept my voice steady. I worked the overnight shift at a distribution warehouse for almost 2 years. Quiet job, mostly. You scan boxes, you drive a forklift, you go home smelling like cardboard. Then 6 weeks ago, management shuffled the floor teams after a shouting match between 2 guys on line 3. To keep the peace, they split everyone into new zones. I got moved to receiving, next to a guy named Derek who barely spoke to anyone. People said he'd been written up twice for erratic behavior, whatever that meant. Nobody dug deeper. We just gave him space. My first night in the new zone, he slid a folded packing slip across the table toward me. I thought it was paperwork. It wasn't. In blue pen, it said, "You won't make it to your break." I looked up at him. He was staring at me, completely calm, like he'd written a grocery list. I laughed it off, told myself he was messing with the new guy. Then 15 minutes later, another slip landed on my station. One word. Watch. I turned, and he unzipped the front pocket of his jacket, just enough for me to see the handle of a box cutter. The industrial kind. The ones with the retractable blade the length of your hand. He didn't pull it out fully. He didn't need to. He just wanted me to know it was there. My stomach dropped straight through the floor. I turned back to my conveyor belt and pretended to work, but my hands wouldn't stop shaking. A minute later, a third note hit my station. Say anything, and it's the last thing you say. I didn't dare look at him again. Around me, other people were still scanning boxes, laughing about something on their phones, completely unaware that 4 feet away from them, I was trying to figure out if I was about to die on a Tuesday night in a warehouse in the middle of nowhere. I thought about screaming. I thought about just bolting for the exit, but the exit was past 3 other stations, and if he panicked, someone else could get hurt trying to stop him. I needed a way out that didn't look like a way out. So I raised my hand toward my shift lead, Marcus, who was doing rounds near the loading dock. "Hey, I need to grab something from my locker. Machine jammed and I need my multi-tool," I said, forcing my voice into something that sounded bored instead of terrified. Marcus just nodded and waved me off without even looking up from his clipboard. I started walking toward the break room, every step feeling like it took a full minute. Then I heard it, Derek's voice, right behind me. "Marcus, I need 5 minutes too. Bathroom." Marcus didn't even glance over. "Yeah, fine, both of you." My heart felt like it was trying to climb out of my chest. I heard his boots on the concrete behind me, unhurried, deliberate. I passed the break room, I passed the lockers, and that's when I stopped pretending. I broke into a sprint toward the security office at the far end of the warehouse, screaming as loud as I could, "He's got a knife! Derek's got a weapon! Someone call security!" I didn't look back. I just ran, weaving between pallet racks, my voice tearing up my throat with every shout. I could hear him running now too, no longer bothering to hide it, his boots slamming against the concrete behind me. I hit the corner by the security office so hard I nearly fell, and for one horrible second I thought I'd trapped myself in a dead end. I spun around, certain he was about to catch me, and that's when I saw 2 off-duty deputies who worked security contracts for the warehouse stepping out from behind the loading bay doors, guns already drawn, shouting for him to get on the ground. Derek stopped dead in the middle of the aisle. He didn't even reach for the box cutter. He just stood there, and then slowly lowered himself to his knees like all the fight had gone out of him at once. They had him in cuffs in under 10 seconds. It turned out security had already been quietly watching him for 2 weeks after another employee reported him talking about making people pay attention to him. They just hadn't had enough to act on until that night. My shift lead told me later that by running and screaming instead of staying quiet, I'd walked him right into the one place in the building where someone could actually stop him. I don't work nights anymore. I asked for a transfer the next morning and nobody questioned it.